Hi guys, welcome to part one of my team career mode, and we're starting off in Australia for the Australian Grand Prix in F125, and it's quali. We are the worst team on the grid, and we're gonna have to thug it out. So the issue with this quali session is that there is rain expected. Fortunately, it's not in Q1, it is in Q2, Q3, but the race is dry, so the setup does not need to be changed, fortunately. So I think right now we're just choosing a tire and lowering the amount of fuel in the car, because what my plan of action is to just go through one lap and then do another lap later, just to make sure we got the 2 laps in Q1 tire shot, because the weather, so when I checked it, said that there isn't rain in Q1 even when we fast forward the time. So yeah, now we just are waiting for the big crew to just actually release me. Thank you, big crew. Yeah, so this is first quality session of the game. I have done driver career practice, but I haven't done it in this car because this car is the slowest and it's horrible handling. But it's okay, we just dealing with it as we go. So here the lap begins. In 2020 F125, I absolutely love the new ERS modes where you can put overtake in quali, so it's a lot better. So we kicked off the lap with some overtakes before the lap started, and the lap has begun. Chucked it back into hard lap, and first corner taken quite nicely on exit as well. Turn 2 exit was perfect, and not perfect honestly. Could have been done a bit better, but it was good. I am running medium traction, so I do have some issues on the rear tires, but it's okay with where we are thugging it out. This corner also tripped me up on this exit curve, but we seem to manage it this lap, and down the lap we go. All is going well. I got a little bit on the grass, but we're all good. Green sector 1 is first lap, so it's nothing crazy. Down into sector 2, got that overtake button on the straight DRS activated. And let's see how we tackle this I don't know what turn this is. It's not good. But purple sector 2, not doing too badly at all. Running out of battery already. That is not good. I did not turn it to none. Oh, I'm gonna run out of battery, I think. But we are just about running out the lap, and it is looking quite good. Early braking there, just to avoid this last corner, because in practice I kept spinning the car out here. And all losing control, which is just not what I need, honestly. But as we cross the line with almost no battery, we go P6, which is not too bad at all, I don't think. But we are the first car out, so I don't think it's anything to judge by. And P9 was in the garage, a 121.3, not too shabby. For 1.5 for the pace, but that's expected. It is a pretty rubbish car. Teammate Mark Webber is last. That 2.8 seconds off the pace. That's wonderful. Okay, so as we can see, I'll go for a second lap on the same set of tires to have a bit of grip, and what do you know, it's raining. This is just absolutely wonderful. So we're gonna go try set a lap. I don't know what the goal is here, but we are trying. We seem to not be doing too badly. It's a lot slower. Oh, there's some oversteer and more oversteer. Okay, that's really not good. And we called it. Okay. It doesn't surprise me, because that lap would not have gone very, very well because of the rain. Even though it was a light rain, I don't think I would have been able to manage the lap to improve, especially. But oh well. In Q1, where do we end up? Did we get pushed up? No. P17, and we are 600ths away from Q2, and that is really, really unfortunate. Mark Webber down in P22. That is very unfortunate, but it is the first race of the team, so I don't think it's too harsh on them. Can't be too harsh. It is pretty good, but it's an okay performance, but the gap was so little. We were almost there. But to the race we go, and let's see how the race turns out for us.
So here we are at Albert Park Circuit, 3.28 miles around, with the streets making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 14 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Fernando Alonso lines up on pole position, and Nico Hülkenberg completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri and Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz and Isaac Hadjar, Antonelli, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Bortoletto, Behrman, Lawson, Paul Aron and Pierre Gasly, Tsunoda, Colapinto, Albon and Mark Webber rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Back of the grid is not what we're aiming for. See if you can make up a few.
Okay, and it's five lights out. We've got a two-stop strategy, and we are underway very, very late. And it is an absolute, I would say, strong to start. Onto the grass a little bit, and outside of Behrman and into turn one, we are on the grass next to Stroll. Ooh, shucks, poison the Behrman, but you know what, that is okay. It's understanding for the opening lap. Got some ERS usage down. Let's turn 3, and ooh, what a dive bomb from me, brother. Onto Ocon, that was a bit of a love tap. Okay, good. Ocon just decides to go past. And hit Stroll. Okay, I do get Stroll back. I don't care. I feel no mercy. I absolutely chopped him out of all the space on the road, and that's fine because he deserved that, in my humble opinion. Okay, onto the corner. That does stuff me up a little bit, but we are on the tail of Ocon, 7/10 back. That is sub what I want to be achieving, but it's okay. We're up 3 places from 17, which is not too bad considering the appalling start in my opinion. Purple sector 2. Sector 2 is always good for me for some reason. Absolutely nailed that turn. Through we go, trying to nail Ocon. Pause. And dive bomb onto Ocon. Oh, that ate a bit of curb there. That was more than enough space. Ocon got me back on exit, but do I get him on the inside? And I do. What a slingshot. Onto the last corner of lap 1, and this seemed to have been a good opening lap. Up 4 places. Let's see if we can hold it onto on the pit straight. Just about used our ERS deploy for this lap. Yep, deploy used. Ocon, okay. And now we are checking race director. If not Alonso on pole. I think when I was streaming this, I was not paying attention to the grid, so that's why I was checking that out, so I was a bit confused. And now we are just speeding through this because I can't remember what lap our next pit stop is on, but we do have a pit stop to get to. A little bit of oversteer there. We've got both the horses on our rear, just trying to attack us, but we are pulling away. Fortunately, that is some good pace on my side, but they are slipstreaming on us with some DRS. That is bound to happen. I always seem to break lanes into that corner for some reason, and it works. I don't know how I have the control. Considering I have medium traction on, I'm quite impressed. We're lining up the move on Hadjar over here. Are we going to go for the dive bomb? What a send down the inside from a long way back, Danny Rick style. We have taken 12. That was quite impressive if I do say so myself. Bortoletto 1.5 ahead. That is quite some distance. And oh, we've got Isaac on our gearbox. Come past on switch back down into turn 1. We recover off the inside. That was a good move on my side. Look at the rear left. It is already 11% where my front right is 4%. That is bad tire wear, and I've adjusted just as oversteer. That is even worse. But for some reason, I can't understand why my rear left is so bad compared to my front right. I think I've adjusted tire pressures, I've adjusted cam, I've adjusted almost everything to try and reduce the wear on the rears, and it just does not work. Bortoletto in 11. Yellow flag up ahead. What seems to happen? And oh my goodness, that was an avoid of the century. Wow.
Red flag. We'll update you in the pits. Everyone's okay.
That was an avoid. If I've ever seen an avoid by me. if had I clobbered the rear of Alonso, that would have been an absolutely horrible accident. Fortunately, we were good and we held off any drama over there. And now I think with this, what I was trying to do with this strategy is get a little bit of a medium soft, but that didn't seem to work, and we are busy filling with the strategy, whining about it. I think I don't know why we are, but we should just move it along. Come on, just give up on the strategy, Oak. There we go. Race start on lap 5. Alonso and Verstappen right in front of us. I see this race looking better, and it's worse. It's actually worse. More wheel spin. For some reason I deployed ERS, but okay. We need to improve the race starts. But as we go and dive into turn 1, taking Alonso onto the grass, but we are leaving Alonso with a little bit of space there, and he's switched back. Okay, he was in 12. Let's see if we can get both Verstappen and Alonso on this corner. Oh, there's a lockup up ahead. And do we get Verstappen with the significant amount of contact? Yeah. Oh, that might not have been super friendly, but we're just going to let it slide. You know, he's a rookie, Paul Allen's a rookie, so just going to let that move slide. But here we are chasing Sainz. He isn't a willing, it is a fast car, but let's keep our wits about us. That was something. Shocking cornering. But anyways, here we go, Sainz. Do we line up a dive bomb? Absolutely sent it. There could have been a FPS drop there. Shucks. And a corner cut, but we are not running straight, but we made it past Sainz, so the game did allow it. If I ran straight, we would give it that place back. Up into 9, from 17 to 9. That may have been a bit of an illegal move, but we'll ignore it. Because it wasn't super unfit, a little bit of curve. We do have a Sainz on our rear, but do we keep it ahead? Yes, we do. Some good news. Okay, let me just head down to 1 and then Sainz decides to take back what is his. Yes, he is. You can see the rear view mirror. Do a little bit of roast there. We've got a Sainz right on our gearbox. Trying to cover us. I mean, I understand the kind of video obliterate his position, but it's okay. So here we are down into turn something. I still don't know the turns of all the truck. Probably learned that, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll get done for the next race. I think the next race is boring. Could be wrong. Here we've got Sainz on our gearbox. Covered off the inside of the racing line. Where does Santos on the outside? I brake late into this double turn, and now Sainz would have DRS because I didn't know that there was not another detection point. So Sainz is right on our gearbox, early on the brakes rather, should I say, holding off Sainz. And as with this battling, we are obviously on the curve there. This R-sector curves is a nightmare for me. Absolutely atrocious. There we got some more people oversteer and managing throttle on there. Straight out onto the straight. Here we go. Watching for Sainz's possible take, and there we go. Okay, now we just got to head down. Trying to just keep going with this race, keep it into our control. A little bit more oversteer. That point always seems to get a little oversteer. And here we are, a little bit of grass on exit there, but we're all good. I think Sainz and Verstappen are battling, so they're giving me an advantage to run away there, which is what we love to see as a bad marker, because the tyre temps are looking good, so it's not looking too bad considering I oversteer a lot, but all is good. Russell with the fastest lap of the race. That is quite impressive. Okay, you're in the top 10. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.1 seconds. Yes, that was extremely wide, my goodness. Franco is in Mark Webber in second 20th, 19th. We've got a little bit more this year, and Sainz and Verstappen have up to us. Let's see if we can hold them. We can bend them all down into turn. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead. 3.4 up to Antonelli, like Mark is saying. I'm not catching a Mercedes. That's just not possible. I don't think that's possible. Not in this car, not in this stage at all whatsoever. But we will just keep thugging it out. before we go, Science is on our gearbox. I do cover the outside. That was a shambolic entry. But we're fine. We are on the way through. And Science is lining up the overtake on the inside. And there's a nice cover from me and the inside line. And hopefully I think Verstappen and Science should just be backing it out to give me a little bit of space to run away in my very, very slow car against the Red Bull and the Williams. But as we keep going, the gap in it is 3.8. I'm not catching it at this point. Overtake onwards, Science absolutely flying down the straight with some DRS and ERS. But now we've got Verstappen and Science battling in. Verstappen is taking Science on the inside. Outside, I mean, sorry. And Verstappen is not coming for me. And I'm now going to fend off a Red Bull racing vehicle with Max Verstappen at the helm. With my puny car. This ought to be interesting. So we are hoping not folding under the pressure just yet. Popping some more grass. I love to take grass onto entry on that and then take some horrible trouble outside, but we're getting to it. Verstappen, I think, should be taking me on this DRS zone. I had a little bit of contact there after not that was, I did move in a bit, but that was not the
Okay,
break.
the car behind has front wing damage. This is our opportunity.
Here we are, this just talking about the front. Yeah, he has a little bit of damage on the okay, let's see, does Verstappen dive into the pit? It does dive into the pit. It's not just going to sign 1 point. 1 less than a second behind me. That's not good. Okay. And obviously we just keep our heads down and keep going. Just want to oversteer in that corner. Fortunately, we were able to keep going with Alonso 1.3 behind us. And Sainz closing the gap through that DRS, so this is still well within the DRS range of us. Keep it going, and my ERS management is so much better than the previous F1 games. Just because of the ability to put it in 9 and overtake the max and the lowers, it is so much better. But more importantly, pit stop winners lap 15 and the rear left is on smoke. 32%, almost 3 times. The front right, that is absolutely horrendous. Sainz taking on an overtake down the outside, switch back onto the inside, absolutely mullered me into there. I grab the inside and I'm covering all, keep that overtake in. Down we go. Nope, and down we did go, and then we just head down. Until Sainz dropped it into the pits, and now I've got 2 horses on my rear, which is a little optimal because we got Ollie Behrman absolutely sent it, and this was when I realized that there was no DRS zone, so I'm gonna have to take that pace back. So he would just sit behind me to get that tip between DRS, but I could cover him off, or else he would run away. So we've got the 2 horses behind me, and Antonelli is 8.5 up the road. I am not catching that one in this car like I said earlier. So we just need to keep our head down and keep it moving over onto the pit straight lap 13, going onto 14, and I'll pit win the next lap. So let's see what we end up doing. Behrman and Ocon down on me, but we take Behrman on the inside. Will Behrman be able to catch me? No, not on that lap, but later on in the lap, in the 4th DRS zone of the lap, we have got Behrman coming down the outside for me. Fortunately, I'm able to block him off. And I come down the inside, holding him off. Next lap being the pit window, and with the rear tire absolutely on fire, I need to jump into the pit. And there it is, just evident that is happening because of the oversteer, which results in not only Behrman towards the side of me, but also Ocon.
And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver.
And somehow I made that gap. Somehow I made that gap without knocking the front wing off. I think that was quite impressive. Yes, it's a really impressive. Down we keep going with the Ocons. With the horses battling it out, hopefully I can create a bit of a window, but we do have holy that left rear is as well. The whole left side is so much more than the right side, which I think I do need to investigate, but this is a very, I would like to say, right turning track. The lefts are on a bit more pressure to be on the outside group. So there's a bit understandable, but still, even on the inside, they are quite hard turns. But into the pits we go with most of the field in. Got an optimal turn in purple. I don't know how to do this pit release properly just yet, but we had an issue on the rear tire, and that has given Ocon way. But hey, look, we didn't cross the pit exit line, pit entry line, which is good news. So now we just need to keep our head down and go after Ocon to reclaim our pace. Now on to lap 16. We are chasing Mr. Ocon down, Mr. Esteban right down. Maybe going for diamond, not just yet, but we have closed in picked up a lot of distance. Teammate is in the pit, so Mark is getting in for that stop along with a lot of those drivers at the rear. But we are setting up that move onto Ocon, not into turn 1, but into turn 3. Just for the sole purpose of needing to build up that slipstream DRS and just speed to take a dive on. And I was a bit hesitant here because I was not sure what to do or where to go. There was a bit of contact, not the best overtake on my part, but I was not confident. Doesn't justify, not really, but the move was made. Now we just need to keep going and hopefully run away from Mr. Esteban. Does seem like a bit of a tall order for me because we do have Ocon. Oh, and then we jump the corner, but we'll just pretend that didn't happen. Why are we checking race director? Oh, we're trying to figure out the pit stops for the people in front of me. Because I was 9th and now I'm 50th. I don't know if these people made a stop. Because Verstappen, if you look, is on soft, so he does need to make another stop because he's not facing anyway on those soft tires. But as we are looking here, we can see Ocon absolutely on my gearbox. Just too comfortable.
Okay, Lawson stopping now.
Full position. And here we are, up to 11 with those people pitting, and Ocon is trying to take down that, but I cover it all. Holding another corner, not 2 corners. And Ocon does gain that speed again. I did cover him off a little bit, a lot actually. We kept it going, keeping that defense right on us. And we're just on that move, you know? Down on exits, and just moving. Now we just got our head down.
Got 11th, that's 11th place.
And now we've got Ocon coming right behind us,
0.1 seconds.
covering him up on the inside, and he switches back onto the inside, leaving that room. They do squeeze in a little bit. Does overtake it, but then we hit the dive bomb that we hit on his teammates and absolutely sent it.
Okay, 12 laps to go.
With a 7-10 gap, because he did have to brake, I can now try and pull away, but I don't think that'll happen because of the upcoming DRS, and I think he will come in now. Now he's 4 tenths behind. 2 more people in the pits, Sainz and Albon. I think the Sainz and Hadjar actually. And we keep going with Ocon right on our tail. We're about to see what's about to happen here. With Alonso jumping in the mix here, because since Ocon and I are fighting, we are both losing time to Anthony way ahead of us. This is not looking great, but this is what has to happen. But on the grass, there's not great. Using up our energy like Marcus is telling us to. Through the corner with that defensive line, keep Ocon at bay. Ocon is on the outside, but then he jumps to the inside and we block him off with the racing line. Keep following that racing line all the way around. Over the O's and then from further around with my MFB to
Okay, here's the
Pokemon,
gap that we're
and
trailing
that
the
has
car
cost
ahead
me a
by.
little bit of position, but we do keep it
14.7
inside.
seconds.
Squeeze Ocon out to keep it down on the race line. But Ocon does have a switchback coming down for us down the inside, and we do have a little bit of a moment there with Ocon, and we're still going round and round, but we do grab the inside line and we do take the place. That was some battling with Ocon. That was some good battling, yeah. Now we're just going to try and get our head down and hope Alonso can catch Ocon, and that's all the time to just stay ahead of him. Ocon does
Gap
take
to
us
your
well
teammate
before the
behind.
break comes in,
13.5 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards.
so we shall see if
20
we can
seconds.
take him back. I couldn't do my job because I would have just resulted in disaster. Oh, we've now just got full ERS deployment to try and try and get Ocon, and as we probably be able to get Ocon, dive bomb late braking and into the inside and squeeze him on, and oh my goodness, we have managed to claim back 9 place because we just know that Ocon would have run away. Now we've got Ocon and Behrman behind us. Behrman 1.1 second behind us. Ocon also just diving back at us, trying to get that place back. Behrman can go and attack Ocon. Two teammate batting. That may just very much work in my favor. And honestly, only way I think I'm stuck here. Ooh. No, Hulkenberg is not that slow to drop 18 seconds. The only way for me to get any higher than this is well somewhat to DNF or to get to the same zone or something of that nature. But at the rate this battle is going, it could end up in that, but fortunately it's not looking like that just yet. 2 tenths separating me and Ocon and me. With Ocon taking me outside, me taking me inside, and I have to squeeze it out and take that inside line to the racing line into the corner, making a well done down the corner. This battle between the horses and me, especially Ocon, has been quite exceptional. Now on to lap 21, 7 laps to go. This is quite the battle. With Ocon now diving to the inside. Can I cut him off? Yes, I can break late and take the inside line. So that was a safe move. Are we able to defend him off? Yes, we can. I think let's just head down so we see some more carnage. Currently on lap 22 with some wear on the rear tires. Max Verstappen out. That is a concerning sight to see. You can see that is a mechanical failure or a crash, but we've got Ocon taking us on the inside. Are we able to grab on the outside? Yes, we can. Switches back to the inside, and we've got the corner. Yeah, that was some good racing, but let us see what happened. Since I can't say the whole race, let's see what happened to Max Verstappen, which is very unlike the Red Bull, and the Red Bull has retired with a mechanical failure. Very, very unlike a Red Bull Honda engine. Very unlike, and if it was in season, that could be a sign for the rest of the season. But let's see if they can improve. Let's see if we can improve, because Behrman and Ocon have swapped position, and there is a solid gap now on lap 25 between them. Let's see how much we can pull away. Nico Hulkenberg out the session, and that is a shocker. That is a very big shocker. The thing I wouldn't say praying for, but the thing that I didn't think could happen happened. Yellow flag, or we see Nico Hulkenberg also parked off the Ferrari engine. We do have a Mercedes engine, so fingers crossed our reliability is okay for this race and races to come. But as we can see, we moved up to P8 out of 20, 2 retirements already in the first race of the season, Australian Grand Prix. And I've got Oliver Behrman coming down the inside, but I was able to fend him off onto the exit curve and the Grosso. Onto lap 28. Grand Prix is almost done, things getting a bit heated here. We're all fighting for position, and we've got body damage. We have got body damage. That is severe body and undercarriage damage from the horseman, and we are still battling. Oh my goodness. I did pause and look at the replay, trying to be an FIA boss over there. But we'll look at that at the end. But we are battling these horses right to the end of the race. This is very, very, very crazy to see at this point in the race. Lap 29 of 29. Last lap of the first race. Lewis Hamilton goes on to win Australian Grand Prix. In a Ferrari, in his first race of Ferrari. Absolutely impressive. As we round the final corner, A little bit of illness here. Can we fend off Ocon now? This is going to be a very, very close finish. Did we do it? Did
And that's the
we
end of the race. We'll see you in
get
Parc Fermé.
P8? And we did. What a stellar race. That was very, very much a tight race. Paul Aaron, driver of the day, I think well deserved. To go from P17 to P8 was really, really
And
impressive.
extending his already record-breaking winning record, it's Lewis Hamilton to the line for victory.
Well, they kept us guessing during pre-season testing. We all wondered who it was going to be, and to have them drawn out here today, that they are the ones to beat, just goes to show that all the work they put in has really counted.
Only 3 can take to the podium, and here they come. It's a familiar sight in Formula One, and here it is once again. Lewis Hamilton, with the trophy held high, celebrating a masterful victory. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Nor can I, Crofty, nor can I, because that was an absolutely exciting race with Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Different cars, but still the same buddies. Ferrari 1-3, double podium, that was very, very impressive. Mark Webber in last place, I think that's a better reflection of the car. With 87% AI, I think that is quite impressive. Race director looking at a couple of mistakes over there from Paul Aaron, but it wasn't too bad of a race. Now onto the incident that did occur with the horses and me. I did squeeze out of him, but then the bugger clipped onto my tire to give me that damage. I am running simulation damage, which does give way to why there was so much damage, so hard damage. As we look, he was squeezing it. He could have braked and just slowed down, but no, he elected to go. And the horses and I have been at it. I mean, the horses and Paul Aaron have been at it this entire race. Look at this, so tight. And then with what I think that was Ocon, I was just banging through. But I must say, that was not a bad race. For our first Grand Prix as the new team on the grid, I think that was very, very, very impressive. So I'm quite proud of the team. We should all be proud of Paul Aaron for getting the first points in his rookie race, in his rookie season, first race. I think that was really, really impressive. I think that's 4 points in the bag for constructors and for Paul Aaron into the championship. Absolutely dived on the solid race. One impressive. The horses and I have been on it since the beginning of this race. And then onto the restart, a little bit of a dodgy dive bomb. But I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been an incredible first race. I'm very, very happy with the way the team has started off and kicked off the season with the driving. Lots of simulation practice. And yeah, I must say, thank you guys for watching. And I will catch you guys in the next race. which should be the Bahrain Grand Prix, but we will find out. Finances, what are we looking at? 50k. We're supposed to be 100k. There was a little bit of damage. I don't know where Mark's damage came from, but you know what can you do? What can you do? It is racing quite well. Fan rating has gone up. That is very good. I think Paul Aaron's performance did help with that quite a significant bunch. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in for this episode. It's been quite a long one, but I think this is the kind of length that the My Team episodes will be. Research completed. Some new events we need to tackle, but we will tackle that in the next episode of My Team. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn notifications on for the next time I do upload. Bye guys, I'll see you in the next episode.